Welcome to today's science fiction of Edgar Allan Poe. Today's our 8th story, and hopefully you're not watching this on the same day. Let's get it started with. First off, it's called Mesmeric Revelation, and here's the interesting part. The guy talks in he'll figure it out. Alright, so here's the story. So there's this guy who's near his life is like, I want to find where my soul goes when I die. And what he does, apparently for years, ever since he was like, 30, it just says for years. Yeah, for years, his friend has mesmerized him, and his friend is literally the narrator. And the narrator decided, okay, so I'm gonna have to mesmerize you so we can go subconscious and make you think of things that you would never think of in your consciousness. So let's do this. And he starts mesmerizing the guy. You are going to sleep. You will tell me answer everything in honest ways, and you may debate as much as you want. And the guy actually goes into his trance, and he's near death. So here's the interesting part: they go ahead and argue with each other about God and if He exists, and then the soul goes ahead back. And it's like, all right, okay, you win, all right. He's so they had all these arguments before, but the mesmerizer has never been beaten by the guy who's being mesmerized. And it's like, wow, you're really good at arguing today. And oh no, I'm so good at arguing, to be honest. Okay, so is there anything and they keep arguing with God and oh my goodness, this guy's so good. Alright, that's it. I'll mesmerize you now. Alright. Bye bye. Forever, huh? Oh, whatever. Unmesmerizes, and he realizes, hey, wake up, sleepy. Wait, are you dead? How? And he touches the body. It's cold. Wait, he's been dead for a while now, but I just unmesmerized. Did he die during... He must have died sometime between mesmerization and right now. So who was the guy talking then? Who was I talking to? Who's I arguing with? And realizes this. Okay, who the hell was I arguing with? So was I arguing with, his soul? This makes zero sense. The mesmerized is dumbfounded. What the hell? No one's going to believe this. And to be honest, no one did. And with that, we actually get a lot of niceness that really happens here. All these mesmerizations actually led to me thinking of zombies, because this guy was a living corpse, and that could talk. And then once the mesmerization was over, then he could probably not do it. However, I'm pretty sure that if he stayed mesmerized, he could have become the smartest person in the world, but he'd eventually decompose himself like a zombie, and the brain would still be active. So what can I say here? Banned in English class. Not much. I can't say much. But here's the good thing. All these revelations, all that leads to trouble. So what do we learn from here? Well, first off, it just explores the idea of God. Second off, we just go ahead and learn more about how people could probably act once they're dead. Now, the science fiction of Edgar Allan Poe here just goes ahead and does everything that can do things. He went ahead and created the craziest idea inside the world, a living corpse, which at the time was not a thing yet. Zombies didn't exist yet, and I'm pretty sure Edgar Allan Poe created the zombie genre. Well, this is horrifying. Edgar Allan Poe is a pretty good horror story writer, and he's even goes up against the modern authors nowadays too. Stephen King, man, he's a pretty good horror fiction writer. However, Edgar Allan Poe still writes as good as he is, probably even better. What do we get from this story anyway? What's my thoughts on this? First off, I'm actually really surprised that somehow the mesmerists kept a dead body alive. Second off, I'm going not to be saying that, there is science to this. We haven't been able to hypnotize someone yet, sort of. And we haven't been able to get to entire mental control yet. So we've been able to hypnotize people thinking that, your hands are not burning, and their hands are being burned, but they can't feel a thing. I'm like heat blast. That works out pretty well. After this full scale of hypnotization, we've never been able to achieve yet, unless we had these drugs, but that doesn't really count, does it? And also, it also makes me ponder this question too. If the guy was being mesmerized and he was keep talking, but he died between the guy and the time he was mesmerized, and the time he got unmesmerized, then who was the guy talking to? That keeps me pondering the question. Like the guy says, I must have been talking to his soul, but we never had a conversation before, so how do we know it's his soul? Well, this is starting to creep me out. Also, kind of creeps me out because this, if this is true, then we'll actually get to be able to talk to loved ones by just keeping them in mesmerized trances before they die. The downside to them is that they will never remember, they will never have the happiest time in their life, and the last memory they'll have is someone mesmerizing them. Which I don't want my mom to do, and I don't want to go through that either. I don't want that to be my last moment of my life, even if it makes my son or my mom happier. Well, at least me happier too. There's not much I can really do, and actually say here, I'm pretty much an amateur in this field, but there is one thing I can say for certain. Edgar Allan Poe has the craziest ideas. And soul talking? Wow, I never actually thought of that idea before. And so until next time, my humble science fiction fellow readers, I hope to see you guys soon. And until then, Sean out. Peace. Bye-bye. Wear a helmet. Peace.